What did I tell you? What's up YouTube, Eastern PA Fishing here. The date is November 25th. We should have a very interesting episode for you today. The place I'm heading to actually prohibits fishing, so I'm gonna have to park up my car and walk quite a way till I can get to the fishable portion of this creek. I have my rod and reel in a bag, and I'm also not bringing any waders. So hopefully I'm very inconspicuous and nobody gives me a hard time. I hope you guys all like the content. If at any point you do, scroll down below, hit the thumbs up button. Helps me out and the fish like it as well. Eastern PA Fishing here. You know what it is by now. If you haven't already subscribed to the Eastern PA Fishing YouTube channel, what are you waiting for? Do that too. Eastern PA Fishing here. You know what it is by now. Let's get right to the fishing. Well, we made it to the park, everybody. Fortunately, there was nobody in the parking lot, which kind of pisses me off because I wish I would have brought my waders. Looks like I didn't really have to worry about anyone seeing me go back here. I don't really believe in prohibiting fishing. What's the point? If this isn't on private property, if it's all public land, why can't I just fish it? Just making my way upstream quite a bit so I can get into the woods a little ways. There are supposed to be wild trout that swim in this creek, so hopefully we can catch them today. Looks pretty juicy, and something is kind of smelly. Smells like there's something dead around here. Look at this. Stairs in the middle of the woods. And I'm seeing some deep pools. Creek looks really good. Oh snap. Beautiful waterfall. Definitely some fish in there. It's right off the road though. Like I said, they try to prohibit fishing here, and I just don't want to deal with that crap. By the way, it is also the day before Thanksgiving, so I'll probably be posting this tomorrow on Turkey Day. It's actually what I would probably consider the first big major holiday here in America since the beginning of the pandemic. So hopefully everyone has a fun, safe holiday. Climb down this little hill here. We should be able to... Well, that's one way to climb down the hill. Anyway, finally off the beaten trail. Gonna bust out my Cast King Centron, size medium. Have my size 10 Abu Garcia reel on there. I have this all spooled up with some 4-pound monofilament line, and I have a 6-foot long 4-pound fluorocarbon leader on there so the fish don't see the line. I love throwing moving baits for trout. So that's what we're gonna start out using today. I already have a little size 6 Aberdeen hook on here. Just gonna cut that off and tie on my favorite rooster tail, 1/8 of an ounce brown trout. This one right here with the little glowing blade on there. Alrighty, we got our little rooster tail all tied on. Let's start fishing. I've never fished this little creek before, so hopefully we can find some fish here today. I think we'll be just fine. Really wish I would have brought my waders. It's gonna be a little bit of a pain in the rump to stay dry. Already fell down once within the first 5 minutes of being here. So hopefully it's not gonna be one of those types of days. I'm gonna pretty much try every little pool I can find, see if there's any fish in it. Every little deeper pocket, anything that runs along some tree lines, anywhere where the water's a little deeper is where we're gonna be throwing this spinner. We're gonna catch some fish, guys. Don't you worry. Pretty far off the beaten trail now. Not sure if anybody ever fishes this creek. This looks like a good pool right before these rapids. Terrible cast though. Terrible, terrible cast. I'm popping in and out of as many spots as I possibly can. Kind of sucks not having waders. Really limits the amount of water that I can cover. Surprisingly enough, nothing here either. I wonder if there actually are trout in this creek. Hit some pretty juicy spots so far. I'm not seeing anything, guys. Trout are pretty good with camouflage. Most of the time, if they are there, you won't see them in the water. But still, I'm pretty surprised. Haven't had any followers yet. Gonna keep on looking. There's gotta be something here somewhere. Huh. So they actually stocked this little creek. It's kind of hard to believe. Oh, we got something on there. What the heck? First fish of the day, if we can land them. Looks like a nice brown. Stay on, baby. There we go. First fish from this new creek. Dang, that is a whopper. That is a pig of a brown. Dang, that's why we come to these new creeks, everybody. Beautiful brown. That's one of the bigger wild browns that I've ever caught in my entire life. Not the biggest, but that is a very nice brown nonetheless. There we go. One last view before we get her back. First fish of the day, guys. I am glad we came here. Almost looks like a stocky. I think this is a stocked fish. Huh. It's pretty sweet. Nice little colors for a stocky. There he goes. This is apparently a stocked creek. I did not know that. So there's definitely trout here. We should be able to catch some more. One fish in the bag. Let's keep fishing. There's more to be caught. It's a pretty good stretch of woods. Really the only true path I can take is deer trails back here. Forest is pretty thick. Still heading upstream. Still looking for these deeper holes. And also still looking for trout number 2. Oh, look at this. Someone's old hunting grounds. Doesn't really look too old. Looks like this was probably built like about a year or 2 ago. Bunch of trash in here. It's pretty gross. Oh, I'm an outdoorsman. I like to hunt, but I leave my trash all over the ground. Ignorant hunters. I have thorns everywhere on my body. Oh boy, man. We are really trekking this creek today. Fall into this little stuff here. Cross the booby trap. Oh man, what a booby trap. Still looking to come across the second trout of the day. I got a thorn in my ankle. This actually doesn't look bad. It's like a nice little stretch of creek. Whole bunch of sticks over there. I think this is gonna be a fish this cast, guys. Oh, what did I tell you? That is another nice trout. Oh, no, it's not. No, it is not. It's a nice little bass. Saw all that wood over there. Figured there had to be something swimming around. Here we go, second fish of the day. Thanks for biting, dude. Smoked that thing. Need my pliers. Oh, no, look at that. I went to get my pliers and he popped right off. Nice little bass for this little creek. Very tiny little creek. Surprised it can actually support a bass this big, especially with the fact that there's browns still here. And here we go. Not a bad little bass. 2 fish for the day. Could have swore that was another trout. Let's see what else is swimming around. Whew. This will give me something to do tomorrow before Thanksgiving dinner. Edit this little video for you guys. Oh, there we go. Fish number 3. It's another bass. Another little largie. This guy is right on the lip. Don't have to do any surgery, thank goodness. There you go. Another little largemouth bass. Look at all the spots on him. Oh, dude. Well, he's back in the water. 3 fish, 2 different species. Not a bad haul so far. Well, let's keep moving. See what's on the other side of all this junk in the water. Bet there's another fish over there. Probably another bass. Still looking to come across some more trout. Where could they be? Oh, there we go. There's another trout. Dang, that is about 3 casts in a row, 3 fish. Just gonna lift this guy up real quick. Wet my hands. Oh, there we go. Hands are wet. That is a nice trout. Oh man, this guy wolfed it too. This is definitely a wild though. This is not a stocked fish. Just gonna put you down for a second, dude. Don't shake around. I know this isn't the best handling for you. Hook popped right out. Just had to reverse it a little bit. There we go. Second beautiful brown trout of the day. That is 4th fish of the day. 2nd species of the day. We have 2 browns, 2 largemouth bass. See ya, dude. Thanks for the fight. I am certainly glad we came here today. Once again, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Let's keep fishing. Well, nothing else will probably come out here for us, but I'll give another shot anyway. Another cast of Rooney. Alrighty, so we have 2 native largemouth bass, and I believe we have a wild brown trout, and we have a stocked brown trout. I think the first trout I caught was definitely a stocker. His fin was just so torn up, and I did see that little sign that says this creek is stocked. I don't know how old that sign is. It didn't really have a date on it, but I'd say the first one I caught was definitely a stocky, and the second one we just caught right there was definitely a wild. Heading upstream a little bit more, kind of walking through this super shady part of the woods. Oh man, I got a thorn in my head. Found a nice little trail back here. This actually looks like a human trail. See, there's a bucket. There's got to be some more fish for us to catch here today. Gorgeous fall day. Said it was supposed to be a little cold today, but I can't feel it, especially not after wandering around for about 2 hours in the woods. Anyway, we've just traveled about a mile upstream. I really didn't see a single deeper pocket, so probably gonna keep going up a little bit further, seeing if I can find at least 1 or 2 more deep holes where we can catch some trout out of, or other species. And then we're probably gonna head back to where we started, maybe head downstream a little bit. Not too sure what's gonna happen today, so stay tuned. Look at this little spot. This looks like a pretty fishy hole. I wonder if there's anything hanging out. Nice little waterfall over there. This looks like it's probably definitely gonna be the end of the line for me. I just don't have any waders on. There's no way I'm getting that soaked just to catch a couple more trout. Well, everybody, this is gonna be where we turn around. We're gonna go back to where we started, maybe head downstream just a little bit if there's nobody in the parking lot. Like I said, don't want this to be too shady. Anyway, we're gonna head back there now. I have about a 1.5 mile trek through the woods and rocks and nothing but thorns all over the place. This is gonna be fun. Huh, it's kind of weird. It's like an old well or something. Some ring stuff, don't mess with that. Get out of here. Starting to heat up a little bit out here. Had to take my first layer of jackets off. Bet there's some trout under that junk right there. I can almost promise it. It's a beautiful little spot. All up in there. There's probably trout just smothered in that spot. There's probably some trout over there in that little rip. It's just impossible to get to them. Well, we are pretty much back to where we started. This is the bridge where I caught the first brown. We're gonna give it another shot out there. Nope, nothing under the bridge. Let's keep heading back. Hopefully this rock doesn't shift on us. Yes. Man, that waterfall was super cool. Hopefully I got some good footage of that. Another gorgeous fall day. Caught myself a decent amount of fish for this time of year. I mean, 2 trout, 2 bass. That's a pretty good haul at the end of November. It is going to get cold, believe it or not. A lot of the fishing is gonna get very poor. Trout fishing will still be pretty good. Trout are cold water fish, so we should be able to catch them all winter long. We're gonna head downstream just a little ways. I don't think we're gonna go too far. It is starting to get a little late in the day, and I'm also starting to get a little hungry for lunch, so we're gonna have to head home soon. But before we go, I'd like to catch at least 1 more fish. Don't really care what it is. We are now officially past where we started today's adventure, and we're gonna head upstream just a little ways. Like I said, want to catch at least 1 more fish before we head out of here. Hopefully it'll be another big trout. It's actually looking like we probably should have went downstream instead of upstream. Coming up on some awesome holes already. I definitely went the wrong way today. I'm really starting to think there isn't too big of a trout population here. Came so very far and I've only caught those 2. Haven't even seen any other followers. I find it very weird that this is a stocked creek. I mean, if they stock a creek like this, I mean, look at this thing. What is that? 18 feet across? If they stock a creek like this, why don't they stock like all the other billions of creeks in Pennsylvania? With these fish so far and few in between, honestly surprised I caught anything at all. Probably caught the only 2 trout in this creek. There's some construction on the side of the road there. If you hear some big noise in the background, that's all that is. Where are these fish? Walking up on this wall gives me a nice little break from walking through the woods, getting thorns in my legs and my back, my neck. Still looking for the next good fishing hole. It's probably a little dangerous walking up here. That's all right though. What's life without a little bit of danger? Well, we made it to the end of the wall. I don't know how much farther we're gonna be able to go after this. We might be heading back soon. Whew. Man, it feels good to be young, have energy, motivation to get stuff done. You wanna see Eastern PA fish and walk on water? All right, let's see it. Let's do it. Oh, ah, damn it. Well, looks like I'm definitely still not Jesus. Now that my feet are soaking wet and my Adidas are probably ruined, let's keep trekking. All right. It's a trippy looking tree. It's like something out of Alice in Wonderland. Pretty sweet. Well, everybody, I think that's gonna wrap it up for us here today. Had a great time fishing this beautiful little creek. Just by looking at it, you honestly couldn't even tell that anything swims in there, but we did manage to catch ourselves a couple brown trout and a couple largemouth bass. 4 fish for this time of year actually really isn't a bad haul. I think one of the coolest things about exploring a new creek is that you never know what you're gonna see, find, or catch. Hope you guys all like the content. If at any point you did, scroll down below, hit the thumbs up button. Also subscribe to the Eastern PA Fishing YouTube channel if you haven't already. I hope everybody has a fun, safe Thanksgiving. Eastern PA Fishing here. You know what it is by now. Till next time, guys, keep on fishing.